as I go into another lesson. In this particular part of the lesson, if you were not spiritual, but yet you have been born again, this message may go beyond your own comprehension. Can a Christian be circumcised by baptism and have a new circumcised heart only to go back into that circumcised heart? Yes, you can. Because as we understand that God is light and in him there is no darkness at all. So what happens when a person runs back into darkness? When someone that is saved and baptized runs back into darkness, his heart becomes circumcised again because he's in a place or she's in a place of darkness. So what happens when that individual is in darkness? The individual is not in the light, so therefore that individual now leave God's control and began to serve the devil. So in that place, the devil can destroy you right there and send you to hell because it is also a separation from our loving God. So this is the process of what's really happens in the spiritual realm. When you are in a place of darkness, which means that you have went back into the vault of your sins, Satan still has power. So he has the ability to run back to God. But what is he and the reason he's running back to God for? He's running back to God so he can complain about what you are doing on earth. And trying to remind God the first time he sinned, God kicked him out of heaven. And God keep reminding him that the Son died for the sins of the world. But yet he keep attempting to destroy you. So what he does, he gets God to punish you. He get God to punish you and send you a curse because you have ran back into that place of darkness. You see, every Christian has a demonic spirit assigned to them. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And what these demons do, they do everything in their power to send you back into that realm of darkness where your heart has been chained back into the realm of darkness. So his job is to get God to actually send you a curse. That's why things does not work in our Christian life, because you have went back into darkness and sin, and your heart have not become circumcised, but remain in that state of frustration according to and with God. because God have given you a new heart, a uncircumcised heart, but you have rebelled against that because you chose of your own free will to go back into the darkness. So now he pleading up there with God to send you a curse because the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violence takes it by force. So we are the children of God. We are the ones to inherit the kingdom of heaven. So the enemy is fighting to keep us from going there. Because you see, the enemy have seen God, but his job is for him not to let you ever see God, or even communicate with him, because he hates God. And he hates God for kicking him out of heaven. So we are God's children, so we are under a attack against him and his demonic spirits. So what we have to do, the only way that you can do it, when these curses come, you have to go through whatever God says that you must go through. Whatever it is God have commanded, you will have to go through it. And I pray that it is not something that is going to destroy your life. And give you enough time to go back to God. That heart which God have uncircumcised remain to be so. By going back to God and living for him in the light once again and obeying him. See, when you go back to God and begin to obey him again, then God takes you out of the lost files and place you back into that file where you have been found again in him, walking holy and upright before him. But even though you have came back to the light, you must still go through whatever God have called for you to go through before you can return back to him. In other words, you are going down a road that is dark, and it's 6 hours left before daylight. You still have to go through that dark road till you see daylight. So it is in the spiritual realm. But the enemy is going to work harder and harder once you are in that dark realm, where your heart have not been changed, but it must be changed back to him. But if your heart have not been changed back to him, where it has become uncircumcised once more and again, then you are going to keep going on and on down that dark road until you hit death. Because these demonic spirits are going to amplify their eyes on you as they follow you continuously and consistent with legions upon legions to keep you from going back into the light. But only through the power of God and your sincerity, you are able to go back to him. Just as you struggle to leave God and went back into sin, you must struggle to go back to Him, no matter what the cost may be. Mhm. So God may once again send you a blessing instead of a curse. Mhm. Because nothing works without God. You can't achieve or have anything without God's approval as you learn how to keep it by His divine hope and power. Mhm. See, God can, not only will God give you something, but God will teach you as you put your trust in Him once more and again how to keep the things that have been stolen from you. Mhm. Not by someone else, but they have been stolen from you by the enemy watching you 24 hours a day to see whether or not you're going back into sin. And especially, he's always noticing how you speak to others in hatred, in ignorance, in cussing, and on and on. Anything that does not have not been love, then it is evil. Mhm. For the tongue is desperately wicked, and who can know it? But in your struggle, yes, it is possible to go back to that new circumcised heart, you know, from that uncircumcised heart, you know, as you have your heart uncircumcised and go back to God, because your heart must be uncircumcised, you know, from that circumcised heart, that you may be able to go back to God, mm, in light and in His love. Well, that's what is going to take in your struggle to get back to God, which means simply you must turn around and learn how to use love instead of hate, because the love of God is fulfillment of the law, and it is His love that will bring you back to Him. God bless.